Looks like Harry and Meghan have lost yet another pivotal person in their budding media empire, Archewell. That's right. The makers of things like Spotify, the forthcoming Netflix documentary, the Invictus Games. Oh, and they started, of course, Pearl, the animated series, alongside Elton John's squeeze, David Furnish. Whatever happened to that? But now they've lost another vital staff member. But a lot of people are speculating, why did this particular individual decide to remove herself after just 18 months in this post? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to see you today. I hope you're all keeping well. And as ever, thank you so much for your kind comments about many of the recent videos. I know we're all up in arms about the brilliant lady Susan Hussey, aren't we? Terrible situation, should never have happened. They reacted far too quickly. And I think an investigation would have been far more apt. And given, of course, if this was in the time of our wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, it simply never would have happened. These are the modern times, this is the woke world, and seemingly everybody's cancelled at the flick of a few words, a misguided comment. As ever, that's what happens. Back also to your breaking royal story of the day. It seems strange, doesn't it, that this particular individual, Medina Diana, I think she's called, is of course the lady who was going to be structuring the Archewell Foundation, the Archewell production company that was going to do so much, if you recall. Been in the job 18 months and helped structure this Netflix documentary, you know, the one with the black and white arty pictures with Harry and Meghan, all telling each other, of course, about how they've had such a difficult life. In fact, according to Harry, it's all about he had to do whatever it took to protect his family. I'd look a little closer to home if I were you, Prince Harry, but there you go. That's just me. What's interesting here is, though, that this particular individual, as I say, has decided to step down. Now, a lot of people are saying, did they have a fallout? Did they this? Did they that? Well, according to a very good source, this is truly what happened. As we now know, Harry and Meghan don't have the mega bucks that everybody claims they picked up, like 88 million, you know, from Netflix to make this tedious series. It didn't happen. The money wasn't forthcoming. As I told you before, you get paid a certain amount from that particular company. And then on completion, and there's also stipulations in there. How well does it rate? Was it the right thing? Did they all agree on stuff, etc.? According to a very good source, what's truly happened is the reason why this particular lady, who has a good form, a good background, has decided to step down is this. And as ever, we have to say allegedly, money worries. The bottom line is, you know, they're on fat salaries and they don't necessarily have a lot to do for that big salary. So according to a very good source, Harry and Meghan have decided to take the helm of their own media empire themselves, having this particular lady shaping it. They've decided that they now know what to do, and they're also going to be moving forward themselves in the future. Now, it's not a bad thing, is it? Because, of course, you've got that royal association, and this particular lady will no doubt be picked up by another media organisation. But if you look at the salary, as I say, that she was picking up, it was very substantial. And Harry and Meghan, according to a good source, are suffering money worries. Lots of things going out, not too much coming in. And when you look at the dire statistics of course, Meghan's recent podcasts, you can see that they would be very nervous about whether Spotify are going to go into a second series. But on a different note, and this is more important, I think, is really, you know, if they decide to produce their own stuff, who really is going to be saying this isn't a good idea? Given the fact that they've had an experienced hand, two or three, in fact, when you look at this particular forthcoming docu-reality series, and that's not going down too well so far, what on earth will it be like in the future? For now, don't expect any revelations from this particular former executive of Archewell. They've signed numerous NDAs that are non-disclosure agreements, meaning they're not allowed to speak to the press in any shape or form. For now, it looks like we'll never know why exactly Harry and Meghan have decided to streamline their once global operation. But we can all assume, of course, as ever, in a cost of living crisis, it's down to the big bucks. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.